Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is the Panzer IIIe. It's the Tier 3 German light tank. And it's actually located on the south spawn of Mines. And it's being commanded by Steel Mike. Well, the reason why I laughed when I said light tank is that this is actually a 19-ton tank. The Germans ordered a 15-ton tank when they originally ordered the Panzer III, but it grew in size, and in actual fact, the Panzer III later did become a medium tank on the German line, but the Panzer IIIe, the first version, which they didn't manufacture that many versions of, 96 in total, and it was a light tank, or considered a light tank anyway. Okay, he's coming up to the hill. Oh, just make it in time. That M2 light fires around him, gets a hit. Unfortunately, for 40 hit points, he hasn't got a whole lot. Only 240 in total. That left him on just 200. But he's going to have a look around the other side. See if he can spot there's an enemy tank around the other side. T3 HMC. So he needs to be careful he doesn't take a hit. Well, it's in cover at the moment from that building, so we can't hit it now. There's an interesting thing about the Panzer III, or the Panzer III tank, is that originally when the Germans ordered it, there was an argument between the Ordnance Department and the Inspectors Department, the people who actually wanted to use the vehicle. And the Ordnance Department wanted to equip it with a 37mm gun. Ooh, shot on that M15 miss. And the Ordnance Department, or rather not the Ordnance Department, the Inspector Department wanted the 5cm gun. Oh, he gets a good hit on the T26, but he takes a hit in return from the M15. And he needs to get rid of it. It's a long range on the South Island. Dials in, rounds out, gets a hit on the turret, but it doesn't go through. That one went through. He hit the engine bay area. Fires another round, it misses, falls short. Another on the engine bay. He's still there. Can he get another hit? No, he's lost sight of it. He's going to pull forward, see if he can get a shot on that L60. Right. Oh, the M14's come up as well. I can hit that. Dials in the aim and round in, gets it hit in the engine bay. And another one. And another one. One more. Yes, he gets it. Now the L60 gets a good hit there. Unfortunately, he's taking fire from the MTLS. He needs to get rid of that quick because it's quite deadly. And it's gone. So he gets the kill. Now the L60 misses that first round. Gets a hit in the second one. Takes him out of the game. That's his third kill. Yeah, getting back to this argument between the Ordnance Department and the Inspectors Department. Well, the Ordnance Department said, why don't we just equip it with a 37mm gun? Because a 37mm gun, we have plenty of anti-tank guns, and that means that we don't have to order too many different types of shell. But the Inspectors Department said, no, we must have a 5cm gun because this tank is supposed to destroy other tanks. And guess which department won? Yes, you've got it. The one for the 37mm gun, which is obviously less effective than the .5 or the 5cm gun. So unfortunately, they equipped this tank with the wrong gun. But Wargaming has actually put it into the game with the 5cm gun. So you do have the ability to shoot the right one, even though the Germans ordered the wrong one. This one does have the 5cm. Okay, he's trying to look for the target. No, can't see it. It's the M15. The other one. There he is. Okay, unfortunately, yeah, he's gone behind that rock. So he's only got one hit point left. You only need one hit point to win a battle. I've seen battles won by a tank with just one hit point. Where they've wiped out the enemy tanks one after the other. Oh, should be able to get this. No, hits the track. Gets him that time. So there's only 3 enemy left now. It's 3 on 3. So where's he going to go? Well, I think he's going to go to the other lookout, see if he can spot it. No, he's decided he's going to head back to his own cap. No, he's actually trying to fool the enemy, I think. Yep, he's gone over to see if he can see anybody on the other islands. Nothing yet. He might be approaching them from a different angle. He might go round onto the islands and approach from that direction. Well, the T-46 and the M2 are going to hold their ground. Well, the M2 is actually coming with him. Would you believe that? He's following. Oh, I hope he doesn't try to go directly to the cap, because he's not going to succeed if he does that. He is following. You can see bad damage on the gun there. One shot actually hit the... looks like it just bounced straight through the gun. Right, there's one of the enemy, and I go Chiro. Japanese tier 2. It's got a massive rate of fire, that tank. But he must be supported by another tank behind. He can get a shot in here. Dials in, gets a good shot. And again, one more. And he's got him. He pulls back. Yes, there was a fire return there. Yep, two shots retired. Both tank destroyers. They're on that plateau above the cap. So he now knows where they are. Now, it depends on where he's going to approach them. The M2 can't jink about like that because he's only got 20 hit points. One hit and he'll be out the game. The problem is that Steel Mike's only got 74 hit points. So he'd probably only be able to take 2 shots at maximum before he'd be killed. It depends on which tank is firing at him. So Panzer Jaeger and an AT-1. The Panzer Jaeger could take him out the game with 1 shot. Now, I think he's going to chance it. He's going up to the bush to see if he can spot them. It's a bit outside his range. That's the problem. So he's going to go. He's going to go, come across the island as quickly as he can. Get to the rock. Get to cover. He will be within spotting range of the enemy, though, once he's at this point. He's going to poke out around the bush, see if he can see the enemy. He's within view range of them now. No sign. I think he might decide to cut across the outlet here, or the river. Is there a river? No, it's a piece of the coast. The inlet. I think if he cuts across there, he can get to the other rock and hide behind that. Then he can approach the cap. Okay, he's going to chance it. And he succeeded. Once you've just got behind the cover of that rock, they can't hit you. This is the dangerous bit. Before, there used to be grasses here in a bush, but now it's been taken away by the version 1. We've got the T-46 approaching from one side, and he's attracting the enemy's attention. There's the Panzer Jaeger. First round misses, second hit. Third's a hit, takes him out the game. That's the most dangerous one. Going for the AT, gets a good hit the first time, and kills him the second time, picks up the high caliber, and he's got the Top Gun after he killed the Panzer Jaeger. He pulls into the cap, but he doesn't need to cap at all because he's won, and it was a win rate of 11,053 altogether in that battle. So let's have a look at the end of battle stats, and that's an ace tanker for Steel Mike in the Panzerkampfwagen 3 Ausführung E. And he also picked up a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. He got 12. A duelist medal for killing 2 enemy that did damage to him during the battle. A fire for effect for doing more damage than the hit points of his own vehicle. A high caliber for dealing the most damage in the battle, at least 20% of the enemy hit points and over 1,000 hit points in total. And lastly, he got a Top Gun for getting at least 6 kills. In fact, actually, he got 7. He was 1 shy of getting a Radley Walters. So, unfortunately, though, he wouldn't get a Radley Walters because this is tier 3. And in tier 3, you just can't get Radleys. So, anyway, team score-wise, well, 1,048 hit points of damage. That's a bit more than the AT-1, who's the highest scorer on the enemy team. He managed 5 kills as well, but Steel Mike managed 7 in that battle. And he also picked up 939 base XP, which is nearly 3 times the value scored by the AT-1 on the enemy team. Luckily for him, the T-46 did survive the battle, although his other teammate, the M2, did not. He was wiped out. So, He fired 30 rounds, got 22 direct hits, 19 penetration, 1,048 hit points of damage, of which 315 were more than 300 meters. He received 8 hits from the enemy. 4 were penetration, 4 were non-penetration, and he blocked damage of 170 hit points altogether. He spotted 4 enemy vehicles. I think one of those must have been the Panzerjäger. He also damaged 8 of the enemy, killed 7 of them. And he also managed to get 1 capture point before the game ended. He earned 22,770 credits on a premium account. And after repair and ammunition resupply, he still had 11,422 credits left over. He received 1,409 XP, and it was ×5 for the first victory of the day, so he actually took away 7,045 XP altogether. So a very, very good result indeed. He did say at the end of this battle he was feeling dirty. Yes, you were seal clubbing. You do have an expertise which some of those other players probably lack, but it's a lot of fun, isn't it, all the same? And actually, just to mention it at the end, actually, as I mentioned it during the battle, the Panzer III actually did end up with the 5cm gun in the end, because they realised that the 37mm gun wasn't penetrating T-34 tanks whenever it was up against them. So they did eventually, the Ordnance Department, or the Inspectors Department, did win over the Ordnance Department in the end, and did get the gun he wants. But the 5cm was more commonly fitted to the later versions of the Panzer III, and so that is the version that had success against the Russian tanks. Although towards the end of the war, even the 5cm round wasn't effective against Russian tanks because their armor was just too strong. And that's has much to do with the fact that the Russians were developing their tanks all the time, finding new ways of blocking German armor or German shells from penetrating their tanks. So, if you enjoyed this replay, please give it a like and do subscribe to our channel, and hopefully it'll be your replay that I'll be featuring in the next video.